faiths, and specially able persons, transgenders, women, children. So basically, all the speeches that we've heard of these highly distinguished panelists, I think they have covered a large amount of the violations, the gravity of the situation in the world right now, and where, especially on this 10th of December, when we are talking about human rights, we have witnessed in the past 1.5 months in Gaza and yesterday in Indian courts that genocide is the new law of the world. And genocide, which was the gravest crime in the world, has now gotten complete legitimacy, and nobody in the world can dare to punish those occupiers that are committing the worst crimes against humanity. An individual act, an individual crime against any human being, be it murder, be it rape, be it torture, be it harassment, be it snatching their rights, be it anything that is suppressing the fundamental rights of a human being, happening at an individual level, community-based, or through a group of people, is illegal. But if it is happening at a mass scale, and especially if it is being perpetrated by a state, by the occupying states, then you cannot even imagine the gravity of the human rights violations. Especially if we look at the case of Gaza right now, which is a test case for the world. This is the first ethnic cleansing or genocide that we are witnessing live on our mobile phones, through the cameras, through the digital world. We are getting images, footages of so many buildings being destroyed, where dead bodies are being pulled out, where young children, there's a mass murder going on of young children, babies in Gaza. And then you see economic blockades happening there, lack of medicine, lack of food supplies. And it was a very artificial short ceasefire that happened, and it was broken again by the Israeli forces. And nobody is allowed to go inside. There's no access to the world. And what happened yesterday in India through the Indian Supreme Courts, which we call the Modi courts or the RSS courts, because a Kashmiri has never ever received any form of justice from these Indian courts. And yesterday, the Indian Supreme Court once again proved that India is not a secular country. No minority, no Kashmiris can ever even dream of getting their fundamental rights to live under the Indian Constitution or under the Indian Supreme Court. And yesterday they gave a mandate, which is one of the blackest days, not just for the Kashmiris or what's happening for the Palestinians right now in the world, but for every human being. Even if Pakistan is a party to the UN resolutions for the fundamental right to freedom and plebiscite for the Kashmiris, but this is for every human being. It is so shocking that a decision is made against not one person, but a death sentence against an entire nation, and it is being supported by the Chief Justice of India. And so many lapses have happened in the past on the legal front. And then you have the case of the entire leadership also of the Kashmiris. Because I am temporarily holding this portfolio in this interim setup on human rights and women empowerment, I would like to focus also on what activities we are doing within Pakistan regarding advocacy, awareness, and workshops that we are conducting, in which there's a large, in our ongoing 100-day plan, we have issued an human rights action plan, which is like a charter of human rights, which are revised according to the needs of the people here. But yes, we cannot promise some long-term goals right now, but we are sending recommendations for the future governments. And in that, we have had a special focus on gender-based violence, and our ministry has been advocating for the past 16 days. Active events have been going on. And then I have been visiting prisons also, meeting prisoners, be it of some political party or other prisoners, criminal prisoners. I have been visiting the churches here and meeting with the minorities. Now I'll be visiting Sakhar, Sindh, next week, inshallah. So the problems of the minorities, women empowerment and female journalists, there are many things which are in the pipeline, like Women on Wheel, on opening of daycare centers, because now we are here with the faculty of female professors also. So it's very important that in universities also there must be daycare centers, and in workplaces, and also in the courts. And we'll be establishing one, inshallah, in the National Press Club as well, a daycare center, and other, minimum loans being given to microfinancing for the women, for business opportunities. But then again, all these things are going on. But what is happening in Kashmir and Palestine is something which is so grave. This fascism, this Zionist, Hindutva, new brigade, which has totally transformed the world order, and the collapse of the United Nations also, if you allow me to say that, because no matter how many UN resolutions or Geneva Conventions or international laws we have, it is very important that they be implemented. So now the new legitimacy, which has been the dictation of Modi and Netanyahu, is that you can kill as many people, occupy any nation, any land, and you will not be charged. So what we should, as global citizens, raise a voice for the most oppressed humans in this world. And you are from a sovereign nation, you are empowered, you are highly educated, you are one of the privileged students or the class in the whole world that have awareness, and where we are conducting workshops, and you are in touch with the world. So I think it's very important that the youth sitting here, they must become responsible global citizens and become the true advocates and champions of human rights by supporting the most oppressed, most vulnerable human beings on this planet, which happen to be the people of Kashmir and Palestine. Thank you.